Thank you. Thank you,
Hi,
Braden.
Sandy.
Welcome, Braden.
Yeah, this should be fun. Let's get right into it.
All right, Saji, would you like to share your screen? So what
Yeah,
is it you'd like to do today? What have you discovered as you've been playing with this for the last week?
yeah. So the one thing I would love to see is right now it's a dashboard where all the information is available. Whether you're a person who is running the campaign or you're a salesperson and want to just look at your specific region or your accounts. Um, I want it also to be helpful and useful for whoever is running these campaigns and whoever is working with the customers to be able to talk to them about the product. So when I click on a particular customer, let's say we take discount tires, I want to be able to see everything about that particular company popping up in this particular record detail. And
Mm-hmm.
usually this is a manual process. We go through lots of public information about this particular company and would populate that information for the salesperson to be able to use it, whether to figure out whether this is a good target customer or not, or to figure out how we would position the product, and who we would go and talk to, who would be the stakeholders. Information like that is very, very hard to get and takes a lot of time individually, manually to do it. So I would love to
Got it.
see if AI can help us, speed up this process and make it easier for sales to act on these individual target accounts.
Well, glad we've got Braden here. Braden, how about you guide Saji through the steps to add an agent?
That makes complete sense to me. I think that's a great use case. So the normal way that you edit applications also gives you access to an LLM that can explain how to add an agent. So if you quickly just click the bottom right Edit App button, just how you normally would, this will bring you to the app editor, right? And so it'll display the application on the right side. Now the AI chat will pop up. And so if you want to add that specific agent, you can basically ask it that. So why don't you see what it says when you send this through?
So something like this.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay, let's try it.
It should come up with a little step-by-step instructions for you. The great thing about our AI is most vibe coding AIs kind of just do things, like they'll change something or they'll go in and do something. Our AI is different. You can actually ask it questions and it'll respond, and it'll also help guide you through additions like agents. So if you look through here, it's currently giving you some information, and it looks like it's giving you a detailed step-by-step kind of workflow to go through to add the agent. So why don't you start at the top and we can kind of just summarize what it's saying here.
Okay, let's read through what it says. Navigate to the tab.
Right, and so it's kind of giving you two parts. So it says your
Yes.
part, you will create and configure the agent and run the workflow to run it. And then its part is to get the workflow's name that you integrated that has the agent in it, and then to actually hook it up into the app.
Perfect.
And so then it gives you the steps. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and read through it and try to follow what it says. So it says, navigate to the agents tab, find the template named simple data modification agent, and then it tells you to go through and edit it and do a couple other things. So the first thing it says is once you find it, hit the duplicate button on that agent. So I think go to the agent, try to find the duplicate button. Duplicate, there we go. Okay, so now you've created a copy of that kind of template. So yeah, now you can go in and edit it. Okay, so this might be a bit overwhelming at the start, but all you have to focus on is the prompt.
Yep.
So in the prompt, you see there's these kind of little bracket things that say user instructions.
Yeah.
This is a way for the AI to really easily understand what the instructions are. So you can see it says enter your instructions here. So go back to the editor and see what it says about modifying these.
This instructions here, right?
Yeah, so it actually gave you an example instructions to add. And so then you can copy and paste. Okay, great.
But
now
it's
go back.
simply easy to also for anyone to just follow the instructions it gave, and it should still be fine, right?
Exactly. The one other thing that you should do when you integrate your agent, if you scroll back up, is you should rename it, right? So you have the template. When you duplicate the template, it's still called the same thing. So you can see in the step 4 of that agent part, it says rename it to something like GTM record web searcher.
Yep.
So you can just copy that, go back to the agent, and then the top left, you can see the name, and then you can just Control A and Control V. So now you've added your instructions, you've renamed the agent, and you can click Save. Okay, so now part 2 is the workflow creation. So you have your agent, and your agent is accessible, but now you need to create the workflow that calls it, right? And so if you go back to the thing, it says, okay, navigate to the workflow tab, and then find the workflow called simple modification workflow. So there's a bunch of kind of basic app workflows in here, but then you can see there it is. There's this workflow. And so in here, it's a bit different from the duplicate button. So if you click on the 3-dot menu or hover over it, there's a copy workflow. So you want to copy it, and then you just want to leave it at the current board so that it's on your current app. Click copy. And then you can see down below, the copies at the bottom this time. And so then you can edit it. Okay, now you're editing this kind of template workflow. I want you to quickly go back and just kind of see holistically what it says. So now that you found it, it says to edit the copy and then rename it to this new name.
Yeah.
So why don't you do that first? The GTM web research workflow. So then you can see the name in the top left, just like the agent.
Got it.
You can Control A, Control B. And now it says on the left side of the workflow builder, find the team agents tab and locate your agent.
And so Braden, the difference between public agents and team agents, can we just touch on that?
Sure. So public agents are agents that we, the Praxis developers, build that all of the Praxis users can use. And so we're going to be continuously developing more over the next months, weeks and months. But then the team agents are the agents that actually relate to your specific team and your workspace. And so those are usually going to be ones that you create. So you can see in the team agents, you see the simple data modification template, right? And then you also see your one that you just created. So you've already kind of got it. You're dragging it on. The editor kind of explains, okay, drag your agent onto the workflow. And so then you can now see these two kind of standard Praxis inputs. If you go back to the editor, it kind of tells you how to integrate those. So once it says, so 5 is drag it in, and then 6, you can see connect the inputs for data record and board into it. Makes sense. So these are standard Praxis inputs that allow the agent to see the record data, right? So think about the data record as like your form and the board as your app. So now the agent knows about the form, and then it also knows about your app. And now you've done it exactly right. You've put them in the right places, and now you can save.
And Braden, if anyone is watching this video at a later stage and they are very business minded and this is possibly a little too much, we actually have consulting services where someone like yourself can come in and help with this if the idea is there, but some of this might seem to be a little confusing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to try to make it as streamlined as possible, but you're exactly right. We have enterprise solutions, and we can definitely come in and help you with your applications and your use cases.
Yeah,
but
I like
is like
playing with it, seeing under the hood.
Exactly. It's fun.
You're like you're like product
be.
Manager, go-to-market extraordinaire. So this is absolutely within your capacity, Sergey. It's very exciting.
Yeah, this is.
But then if you go back to the editor tab, you've kind of now done both parts it told you to do. And so then it says part 3, let me know. Once you've completed, now tell me the exact name of the workflow. And so really you just created the workflow name that it told it. So then say, yeah, here's the workflow name. And then maybe say, it's done, ! And make the AI feel happy to help you. Okay, so now what it's gonna do is the editor is going to integrate into your record a button, and I think button is our kind of general workflow calling ability. So if you want to go into the list here and then go into one of the records. Yeah,
let's go back to our favorite one, which is Discount Tires is a real company, so that's the reason we used this.
We got confetti. I saw
We got confetti. And honestly, the confetti is very addicting. As someone who uses Prexy a lot, I'm always searching for that next confetti pop. But so you can now see this button. It put it below the notes. You can tell it to move it, but in reality, it's, I think, fine there. And so it said, okay, I've finished the integration. I've added this button to your record screen located within the notes section. And so when you click it, it'll run that workflow and the agent will go and do its web search. So maybe we change the sales contact to someone who actually does work at Discount Tires, right? And maybe add in some sample notes like that you have no notes right now or something to kind of prompt the AI that there's nothing in there.
I'm coming back to the app now so that I can look at what we can do.
Now go and find that Discount Tires. Great. And then click the button.
And now this agent is going to go to work for each and is able to do this for each of the records to go out and get additional information from the internet and synthesize it in a format that she needs, which is exactly the scope of work that an agent should do. The tedious and repetitive tasks are the things that you want to offload to an agent.
Okay,
Yay.
so it took about 10 seconds. It got some information and then it updated your notes field. So you can see we didn't really tell it anything about how you wanted it to be styled, if you wanted it to be in bullets or add emojis or, make it a paragraph or multiple paragraphs, but this is what it did. And so Fantastic. It looks like it searched for some financial numbers. It got some stuff from early 2025.
Yeah, but I also like that it went into the industry trends to say that this is something this company is not thinking about, but in general, retail industry is kind of looking at
exactly.
as a growth like a way to grow, which is what we want to pitch to the customer, is the insight of what their competition is doing and that they should do. Yeah, there is a ton of more information and framework or structure I can give to this particular agent, which gives a lot more information. Exactly. And so I'll play around with that to see what else can I do to enhance this. But I would love to see how we can use this information to, let's say, generate a customer presentation deck, or use this information to actually send an outreach email to a particular customer. That would be an awesome addition to something like this.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think
and we have
great.
The agents and workflows to be able to help you with that. Exactly. Well, Saji, I know that this is taken a bit of time. We want to make sure that you feel totally empowered with the application you're building and the tools that Praxi has. So Braden,
I thought it will take much more longer than what it took, and it was pretty straightforward. I could have done it myself. Maybe next time I will just ask it how to do it rather than bugging Braden.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is now that this is integrated, you can go and, like you were saying, you can modify the agent's instructions however you'd like. And the new runs that you do when you click this button will use that new agent. There's no intermediate step where you have to go and integrate something else. No, the workflow is already connected, and you can change exactly what the agent is instructed to do. So you can make it do more deep dive web searches. You can say, you must web search 10 different things, and it'll go and do it, right? It'll follow your instructions. So that's the awesome thing about Praxi's agents, is that they're customizable.
Perfect.
And hopefully for anyone who's watching this has been a great tutorial to show what you can do and dream up some other things that you might want to have in your workflows and agents that are going to help you just achieve what you need in your own home-built apps. So thank you very much, Saji. Thank you.
Talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.